Okay, here's one of your drawings that are in Module 3. If we look at it really close, we can see that it is decimal. Okay, it's 0.25, 0.25, 1.25, 0.25, 0.5, 0.75, and there's different sizes there. Okay, so we could either keep it as the feet and inches or we could do decimals. Use extrusions to cut features into the part as shown. Okay, so what we could do is we could go ahead and make this a solid piece, or we could go ahead and make just this leg piece here if you wanted to, or we can make this piece here, and then this piece here. So there's many different ways we can accomplish this drawing. Okay, so let's look and see if what we know to be true about this drawing. Okay, we do know that from here to here is 0.25. That's the way it looks like all of them are. Okay, and we know that the thickness here is 0.25. Okay, and then we know that here is 1.25, as well as from here to here is 1.25. Okay, what we don't know is the distance from here to here, but if we have 0.5 and 0.25, then we have 0.75. Okay, and the same goes from here. If we have 0.75 here, and then we also have our distance that goes here and here, then we would know what to do. Okay, so what we could do is let's draw a rectangle that is 1.25 by 1.5. Okay, so let's say we move this out of the way and let's do a rectangle here. Okay, we can tell it dimensions, and we can tell it at this point 1.25 and the other one 1.5. Okay, and we can simply click it in place. So now we've got this dimension right here. So now let's look and see how high we have to extrude it, which would be right here, 1.25. So if we press pull it and go up, 1.25. Okay, now we have a choice here. We can take this and start knocking these things out, including this area, and this area here. Okay, so we can look at this and say, well, okay, what is the distance from here to here? Right here it has 0.25. Do we know the distance from here to here? Well, it looks like it's 0.75. Okay, because it looks like it's double of what this is. Okay, so we know the whole distance from here to here is 0.25 and 0.5, so that would be 0.75. Okay, so we could come over here to the copy edges. We could copy this edge here, and we can come down, and now that we know it's a 0.25 and a 0.5, so we could say it's 0.75. Okay, now we know that it's this line here. Okay, now we want to know the distance from here to here, so now we know that it's supposed to be a 0.5. Okay, so we could do a copy edge here and go from here, copy this edge here, hit enter. Let's go ahead and do that again. Copy edge. Remember what I told you about trash material? Trash material will try to trip us up. So we need to move our box See if we can move it again. Okay, so there is no trash material. See if we can copy the edge again. Okay, now we're going to copy this edge up 0.25, I mean 0.5, and it should be exactly the same spot. Okay, so now what we need to do is decide how wide this is 0.25. So we could do copy edge, click this edge here, come over here, do it here, 0.25. Now we've got our leg there. Now we do know that this is also 0.25. Okay, so we could do our copy edge here. We can click it here, click it here. Now do 0.25 again. And now we can come over here and copy this one. If we wanted to, we could actually come over here and we can press pull this out. Okay. And do we need this piece over here on the bottom? We sure don't. So we could press pull this out. Okay. Now what we need to do is we could probably erase this line. See if we can erase that line. Or we could go ahead and do copy edge. See if we can select this line. And now we can take this and we can go up 0.25. And now we know that we can also blow out this area here. Okay. Okay, now we could take and do a copy edge here, this edge here, and we could come down 0.5. Okay, now let's do 0.5. Now we know we can press pull this out. Okay, and now we know that we have our primitive shape right here. Now we need to look at this distance here, which is 0.75. Okay. So we could do a copy edge here. Make it this way. Put 0.5. Then we could do a copy edge again. Okay. We could copy here. So if I can copy that edge there. It may have trash material that we need to remove. There we go. And now we can come over here and do copy edge. Select this edge here. Move it this way. 0.5. Okay. Now does that look like the thickness? Sure does. Now it also looks like this says 0.25 there, so we're assuming this is 0.25 as well. So let's go over here and let's see if we can do copy edges. See if we can copy this edge. Go this way, 0.25. Okay, and let's see if we can press pull this out all the way down. And does it look like our design here? It sure does. We do need to clean it up a bit. Should be able to clean up some of these extra lines. Let's come over here, rotate it a bit, clean some of these lines up. Let's put it back to our house so we can look at it. Maybe we can zoom in a little bit more. Maybe we can erase some other lines that are here. If we zoom in close enough to them, maybe it'll let us do it. Maybe a little too close. Okay, it's not wanting to let us do any of that. Do this one, that one, and probably that one. Trying to figure out why it's not letting us do this one here. Who knows? Maybe if we try from over here. Got it. Ah, and there is one right here. And now it's all cleaned up. So it does look like this.